Okay, and we're going to do a quick little video here on how to solve a crowd size problem based off of one where we have crowds standing in a parade along both sides of a street. So this one says one rule of thumb for estimating crowds is that each person occupies 3 square feet. Use this value to estimate the size of a crowd that is 15 feet wide on both sides of a street standing along a 2-mile section of parade route. And again, we're going to set up a proportion here. Okay, our proportion again is going to be our person on this side, and that is going to be our control. The control is something we know the information about. We know for a fact that each person occupies that many square feet. That's our control side. Now the other side is going to be our crowd. That's the one where we want to solve the information for. And again, when you fill out this proportion here, make sure that you keep the units the same straight across. So maybe people along the top and your areas along the bottom. Okay, so when I start to fill this out, for my person, I know one person occupies 3 square feet. So 3 feet squared. Not feet squared. There we go. And on the other side, I know X people occupy some area down here, some total area that we need to find. Okay, now the area where they're standing is along that street. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that picture out. So here we got our street, and they're standing on this side of it, and they're standing on this side. They are standing on both sides of the street, so be very careful. Got to find both of those. So they are standing on the 2 by 15 here, 2 miles by 15 feet, and 2 miles by 15 feet here. Okay. Now we need to find the area here, but be careful. We cannot multiply 2 times 15 yet because the 2 is in miles and the 15 is in feet. They have to be the same units. So I'm going to have to do a conversion on that 2 miles to get it into feet, so that matches what our person is. Our person is also in feet squared, so we're going to go ahead and go everything into feet. So to convert that, I'm going to say 2 miles. I'm going to set up another proportion down here. So 2 miles is X feet that I want to find. And my conversion ratio for miles and feet, 1 mile, is equal to 5,280 feet. Okay, so when I plug in my information, I have 2 miles on top, so I want the 1 mile to go on top so that it's lined up. I have the feet on the bottom, so I want the 5,280 feet on the bottom. So again, everything's lined up. We're going to cross multiply and divide. So I'll have 2 times 5,280, and that gives us a total of 10,560. Okay. So instead of saying 2 miles up here, I can say this is also 10,560. Okay. Now, both of these, the top and the bottom one, both of them were 2 miles, so both of them are the 10,560. Now, these little blocks in here, that's where the people are standing. So I need to find those areas, but I need to find both of them. I'm going to find the top one up here. I'm going to say the area, this is a rectangle, so that's length times width. That's 10,560 times 15. And that will give me a total of 158,400. This is in feet squared. So since both of these rectangles are the same, this one's also 158,400. And so now, with both of these combined, right? Both of those combined, that would be 158,400 times 2, which would give us a total area of 316,800. Okay, and that's my total area, feet squared. Okay, so that's my total area that I needed up here. So I'm going to bring this over here, 316,800. And now we have our proportion set up, cross multiply and divide. So 316,800 times 1 is just going to be 316,800. But I need to come back and divide that by 3. So if I divide that by 3, we end up with 105,600, and that's in people. Okay. So that one was definitely a little bit more work than a simple one. We did have two areas that we had to be very careful with. We had to make sure that we actually got both of them. 90% of the kids, if they miss this problem, forget that there are actually two sides to the street. They find the first area and then use that in the proportion. And they end up with half the number of people that they should have. Okay, so we got to be careful with that. Furthermore, we had to do that conversion of 2 miles into feet. So again, that's setting up that proportion for the conversion down here. Okay, so there you go.